Welcome back. Leap Enforcer Podcast, episode 19. We are getting ready for week 7 NFL season. Rams are playing this morning. They are up right now. I think last I seen, it was like 21 zip, something like that. So they're beating up on the Jags over in London. So Pack play Cardinals today, so we're getting ready for that game. I'm going to just kind of cover my picks real quick, and then I'll go over the Packer game. And then, that's it. Just a quick one this morning, just to get something out there, get my picks out there, and just kind of go over the Packers-Cardinals game. So I'm going to jump right into my picks for the week. Let me get back to where I was at on this. Trying to pull up the games again. All right, so Thursday night I had Steelers against Bengals. I thought Steelers would have pulled that off. They lost, so took an L there. I did have the Rams this morning against the Jags. I just don't trust Trevor Lawrence. So the next game we got Patriots-Titans. I'm going to roll with the Patriots. I just think the Titans are a mess right now. Cam Ward just not panning out to what everybody thought he would be. I didn't think he was going to be a great NFL quarterback, but he's just not. He doesn't look like comfortable. Maybe the change at head coach will help them. They talked about simplifying that offense, but I'm still going to take New England there. Philly, Minnesota. It's hard to go against the Eagles. I know they dropped, some games now, but I'm still going to roll with Philly against Minnesota. Minnesota's got a really good defense, but I think Philly bounces back and pulls this one off today. Chiefs, Raiders, Chiefs in a heartbeat. They get Rashee Rice back. They should run through the Raiders easily. Bears, Saints, that should be a pretty solid game. Saints aren't the greatest. Bears they're won a few games now. I think they're 3-2. Ben Johnson is starting to get that offense kind of, I think, where he wants it. So I'm going to roll with Chicago in that game. The next one, Cleveland, Miami. I feel like it's two of the biggest dumpster fires in the NFL right now. I'm going to go with Miami. I think Miami pulls this off. Cleveland, they got Dylan Gabriel playing. I don't know if Shedeur gets some time today. Cleveland has a really good defense. I know they're favored in this game, but I'm going to take Miami in this one. Jets, Panthers. I'm going to go Panthers. I don't think Aaron Glenn's figured out what to do with the Jets team yet, so I'm going to roll with the Panthers in that one. Giants, Broncos. Giants had a really good outing last week. I'm rolling with the Broncos here. I think the Broncos defense is really good. I don't think the Giants are going to be that great this season. I think with Jackson Dart and Scattaboo, I think they'll definitely draw like an audience and it'll give you a reason to watch the Giants, but I don't think they're going to be like a great team this year. They might be solid. I could see them getting to like maybe 6 wins. But I'm going to take the Broncos in this one. Just too much defense on the Broncos side. Colts, Chargers. This is a tough one for me. I kind of feel like at some point the Chargers are going to bounce back with Herbert. Colts are on the road. I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one. I know that's probably not the pick everybody's going to make, but I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one. I kind of feel like Herbert's going to bounce back. I think Harbaugh's going to have his guys ready this week. They got to win a game. The Colts got a hot start. I don't think the Colts are that great. I think they got a really good defense. They have a solid offense, got one of the best running backs in football. I just don't trust Daniel Jones when everything matters, I guess. He's been an efficient quarterback for them, but I just don't trust him long term. So I'm going to go Chargers there. Cowboys, Commanders. It's kind of a weird game to pick too. I'm going to go with Commanders in this one. I know the Cowboys have been putting up points, but they can't stop anything. So I know the Cowboys are at home, but I'm going to go with Washington in that game. I think Jane Daniels gets it done. So we'll see. That's a pretty good pick 'em right there too. San Fran, Atlanta, that's another really good game. I know I've seen San Fran gets Kittle back today, so that'll be a big boost for them. I'm going to go San Fran at home. Atlanta had a big win last week against Buffalo. They may still be on a high from that. Drake London looked great. Penix looked great. Their defensive, their front looked great. Their secondary was really good. So I'm gonna roll with San Fran in that game though. Monday night game is going to be fun. Tampa is missing everybody on offense, I feel like, on the wide receiver core. I know Mike Evans is questionable. Godwin's out. Ibuka's out. They got Bucky Irving at running back out. So it's going to be interesting to see, what weapons they throw out there for Baker to utilize. He's been really good with playing with any receiver, it seems like, this year. He's got to be the favorite to be MVP at this moment of the season. Detroit, I've seen this stat. They haven't lost 2 games in a row in, I think, the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. I think it was the last 2 years. I don't know. Detroit's missing their whole secondary as well. They're missing both starting corners. They're missing both safeties. Kirby Joseph is out hurt, and Brian Branch got suspended for the fight last week of Juju. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm going to go with Detroit at home. I still think Tampa's one of the top 1, 2, or 3 in the NFC. But in this game, I just think they're decimated a little bit too much at wide receiver. I know the Lions are decimated too in the secondary, but I just think that what Tampa is missing outweighs what Detroit is missing, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Detroit in that one at home. And then let's jump into Packers-Cardinals today. Packers had like a weird day yesterday. They had a 6-hour delay on the tarmac getting to Arizona. I guess they had some plane issues trying to get out of Green Bay. They finally switched to another plane. They were 6 hours behind. It's kind of that's definitely a disadvantage because rest time, sleep is a big deal when it comes to how you athletically perform. Also team meetings in the morning before games. They're going over final pieces of the game plan, what to expect, what not to expect, yada yada. Also, Arizona ruled out Kyler Murray, so they're going to go over what Jacoby Brissett is good at because he's going to be starting at QB. So there's a lot of little final things they go over the morning of. So it'll be interesting to see how the Packer team comes out. I hope that we don't come out tired and slow because I think we need a fast start. Arizona's a team that I feel like they can get hot at any time. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. He's playing. They have Trey McBride, who's one of the best tight ends in football. I honestly think Jacoby Brissett gives him a better chance to win than Kyler Murray does. I just do. I think Jacoby Brissett's more of a natural quarterback. Kyler, he's a dual threat. He's able to run a lot, but I also think he wants to run first and not throw the ball first. I think that has a lot to do with why Marvin Harrison hasn't looked the part of being that stud receiver the first 2 years so far. But it'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be a good game. I just we have some injuries. I got my right here. I got it pulled up. I'm trying to look at the injury report. So I know the Packers were without Van Ness. Van Ness got hurt last week against Cincy. We knew Watson was still out. Devontae Wyatt's out. That's going to be a tough one for us. He's played the inside so well for us, so we'll be missing that. Then when you look at our questionable guys, Nate Hobbs is on there. Our corner. Nixon corner, he's on there. I'm not sure what's going on with them. I know Nixon had some kind of an illness. Josh Jacobs is the big one for me. I know he's dealing with a calf issue, and he's also sick, some illness that Nixon has too. So hopefully, Jacobs is able to go. If not, Wilson's going to get a big, share of those carries and kind of filling at that spot. Zach Tom's on the injury report. I really hope he plays. That'll give us our entire O-line the way that I feel like it should. To give us all 5 guys starting that I think should be starting. Also, McManus, I don't know what's going on with that quad. He almost played last week. He kicked pregame against Cincinnati and seemed fine, but they ended up ruling him out, and they went with the guy they signed. And then I know Wicks is on the injury report. I think he'll end up playing. The biggest ones for me are going to be Jacobs and Zach Tom and McManus. Although that kicker filled in, good last week for us. I still want McManus back. I trust him. But I really hope Jacobs can go. I hope Zach Tom can go. On the Cardinals front, they're out. They're without DeMarcado. And then they got, questionable guys, Zay Jones, and then Kyler Murray's out. So they don't really have a ton on the injury report. But I think, Green Bay, we're just a better team on both sides of the ball, in my opinion. I really hope that LaFleur, I know I say LaFleur every time, but I hope he if we get this lead, if we're up 14-0, I hope he keeps his foot on the gas pedal and continues to score. I think this is a game that we could put up some points. I know we kind of slow down after we get some points on the board, but I think this is a game that we should be able to dominate. When you look at Arizona's defense, their total defense they're 24th in the league. Passing, they're 27th in the league. Against the run, they're 13th. And then the points, they allow 21.2 points a game, which is actually 14th in the league. So when you look at these stats, that's going to tell you Love should have a game. Golden should have a game. Dobbs should have a game. I think Kraft, they get him involved early, get Musgrave involved. If Wicks is out there, get Wicks involved. I think we should, Love should have a day. I could see him going for, 3 touchdowns and 300 yards. I mean, this is the type of game that you go out and you can, throw the ball. Rushing wise, if we don't have Jacobs, Wilson has been really good for us this year, but it's not Josh Jacobs at the end of the day. And also, that's like the strength of Arizona's defense is their rush defense. I mean, they're 13th in the league, 27th against the pass. So that tells you throw the ball on these guys. I hope they're creative. I also hope, if Love gets, some pressure on him, just throw the ball away. Like throw it out of bounds, get out of the pocket. If you're out of the pocket, throw it out of bounds. Don't risk anything by just chucking it, down the field, throwing a pick or a fumble. Like we don't need any game-changing moments, on offense, essentially. So also I'd like to see our defense. I think our defense is going to get a pick today. I got a feeling I think McKinney's finally going to get one. It's just my gut. I mean, nobody's really throwing at McKinney this year, so I think McKinney's going to be able to get one on Brissett. I think he's going to give him an opportunity to. So I hope our pass rush, gets to Brissett. I think we can. Arizona's O-line's not that great. I hope so. So Parsons should get going, and Gary should get going. So I think we'll have, 2 sacks. I think we get a pick as well with McKinney. So that's my take on the game today. I think we should be able to go in there, handle business, tired or not. This Arizona team's not that great. They're probably the worst in their division, honestly. I mean, they are the worst in that division. So I think we go in there, handle business. I got it 28-17. Again, I think we're going to get up quick, but we always allow teams back in the game. So I would love to see a 38-10 ball game, but I don't think that they're going to go that route. We just, we got to start putting teams away like that. But my take's 28-17. I think we go in to handle business. I don't know if Jacobs is going to give it a go. If he does give it a go, I don't know if he'll play a ton. I think Wilson's going to get a lot of carries too. So I think Golden has a day. I think he scores finally. And, I think Dobbs will have a solid day. And then I think Kraft gets one again too. So, let's see. Shoot me a comment. Shoot me a message. Let me know what your guys' takes are, what the score is. But I got a 28-17. I think we win this game and we get back home and get ready for Pittsburgh on Sunday night. So, which I think I'm going to that game. So, anyways, if you watch this, shoot me a message, leave me a comment, and as always, go Pack, go. Thanks.